Hello traders and welcome. I think the US dollar is back in play now. This is the US dollar CAD on the 60-minute chart. In the Euro session we had that 102.90 hold. Titchy little stop if you took it. It's obviously a very slow mover, but what is normally a slow mover. But the fact we've closed above this fib level here, and I'll pan back in a minute and show you where the fibs are from, suggests to me we can easily go back to 103.40 area, and as we head into Fed, then get back up to the 104 area. Right, let's pan back and see where the fibs is from. And drag that down. You see, I've taken the fibs from this high up here and this low down here. So to fall back into this zone here is significant, I think. Even if it doesn't work, if you took it, you've got a very relatively low stop. If we now break up through that, we've got a triangle breakout in my book. Plenty of opportunities, because if you could leave it, you could leave it, wait and see if we pop back up, buy a pullback, and then see if we can break out. So that's 103.43. We're only 103.22. This is a nice easy one to take. But with Fed in mind, I think this is worth taking. I took the US dollar yen. Now I took it in the Euro session. I actually got stopped out. I went back in later on. Took it here. I should have got my stop a little wider because they just nicked me under that low. So I got back in at 98.80 and we're 99.16. If you look at the messy charts are here. You can see this is a S2 daily pivot that we dropped below and called back up again, and here we are on the Sunday open. We touched the daily 100, and here we are with a hammer on the 50 EMA on the daily. So I like this one very much. If you're not in it, try and get 99, see if it pulls back, and then tuck your stop under 98.40. Just go back and look at the messy charts on the CAD as well. Oh, that's Swiss. Okay, I accidentally clicked on US dollar Swissy, but not doing much on that one. Right, so you can see on the messy charts it was S3. S3 is very extended to the downside. So you've got a hammer under here, kicked it off. Hammer was retested, that's all it was. That wasn't a failure there, it's just a retest of that hammer. Very common situation, and then up she goes. Hammer, we've now got a hammer off the 200 EMA on the daily. There's 104, 103.95. So that's where we are. And of course, the counter trade to this is pound, US dollar, and the euro. Pound hit this resistance. So you can short the pound or buy the US dollar, or do both. That was the resistance, 159.50, and here we are. So if we come down here and 158.40 and hold, then I'll be a buyer. Huge support there. You can see what the weekly pivot is there. In the meantime, I would short highs and see where we end up. We've got UK inflation tomorrow, so I wouldn't start getting any short positions. I wouldn't start instigating any short positions. If you are short, just manage to stop. Now I've got the fibs on this one. I'm not sure where I've taken that. Where have I taken that from? Well, if I don't know where I've taken it, I better take it off. I know what I've done. Yeah, this is an old fibs, and it is reading from down here to up here. So we broke out through the 161 extension, and now we're pulling back to the 161 extension. So you can see the support on the fibs based on that move and that breakout. So to me, this is what the down here is where the US dollar CAD is now. Right, let's just look at dailies now. So pound US dollar is very extended from the daily 8. Daily 8 is right down there at 158. And you can see the 60-minute chart. You know, we've got very extended from the 60-minute 8 up there. So yeah, it's quite common for at least a pullback to the 8. It's a very slow one today, but it did work. Pound yen. Yen pairs have held up a lot better. Pound yen and euro yen are pretty good, and this S1 held. The 100 EMA is held this at the lows, and that is pushing up. Just got into, so we've moved between the S1 and on the daily pivots and the daily pivot. So about very choppy, but you know, two bottoming tails now. I actually think if that breaks 158, I think that can shoot up to 159, if not 160, and that's tradable. That is swing tradable. Got this reversal bar up here from the 11th, last Thursday I think it was. So just watch out. Or gold. I don't know why I shouldn't switch to gold. Let me just switch back. We'll come back to gold in a minute. Let's just finish with Forex. Concentrate. I do like this. A lot of bottoming tails on this Euro Yen daily. You see 132.15. I would buy that if you're not in this already. But sweet move off of this 190. Quite common to see a dip below a nice big round number like 132. And again, if that breaks 240, that is going back to the highs at least. As we head into UK inflation tomorrow, let's look at the euro pound. I think this looks poised to snap up. That's the hammer. We've got a gap to the 8. We have a divergent RSI. This is due a pullback at the very least. I'd expect to see 84.30 tomorrow, if not 85. You could take a break off your swing trading it, take a break of 84 and have your stop under 83.60 at least. And let's look at the Aussie US. We were looking at that before. I have pulled back, but not enough. That's a reversal bar under this key level, 93.30. Sit tight. Let's see if we can pull back right down to monthly R1, at which point I would be a buyer. Let's look at, looking down the list of what's doing what. Let's look at the oil. We're still holding the 50 EMA, and at the moment all touches of the 50 EMA are holding. That is, you know, drop below the monthly pivot. If you short, anybody who shorted that at 109.20 only suffered a pullback to 110.60, 70 and was not stopped out. I'm not suggesting you should have shorted that because it's a huge stop. But this reversal bar has kicked in. Seasonally, this is the time of the year for oil to pull right back. We've got a trend line coming in at 104, so I would, one way you could trade this is just to let this drop and see if this 104 holds. Because I'm not convinced oil is finished. 103 is a key fib level in the weekly. But a nice short on the 60-minute chart. It crashed into 108, so it gapped down overnight. This is a fib level. You put the fibs on the gap from 108.60 to 107.33, you'll see that's a 50%. Okay, fibs are very important. And look at what the Dow's doing. So huge gap up in the Dow. So this is a little island now. So whichever way we break out of that, we break 15,586. That's going to go to new highs. Well, at least retest the most recent high up here. Start breaking underneath 472, and that could fill the gap. Now the Dow is capable of holding gaps open, at least in the short term. This is the gap here from Christmas into New Year. And of course we got nowhere near it. And once we broke 30,400 or 415, all pullbacks were bought. Okay, so I'm going to leave that there and look forward to seeing you in the next update.